Hi, this is Carrie Cole with Side by Side Educational Consulting, where we work side by side with educators to improve literacy outcomes for all kids. There's a lot of talk right now around the simple view of reading, and I wanted to be able to break that down for you today just in a really quick video to show you what the simple view of reading is and how this can impact how we think about reading comprehension for kids. The simple view of reading is a formula that was first proposed by the researchers Goff and Tunmer around this idea that there are two basic components of reading comprehension. The first one is word recognition or decoding, and the second one is language comprehension. When these two components are intact, you can pretty accurately predict a student's level of reading comprehension. So if we think about these two aspects or two parts of word recognition or decoding and linguistic comprehension, we can put that into this idea of a formula, and it turns into a simple math problem. We have decoding times linguistic comprehension equals reading comprehension. And the idea is if either anything's missing from decoding or language comprehension, linguistic comprehension for a student, their overall reading comprehension is going to be impacted significantly. So let's do some simple math problems to work that out. In the simple view formula, the values of D and LC must be between 0 and 1. 0 being 0%, 1 being 100%. In other words, a score of 0 means no skill or ability, and a 1 would indicate a level of perfection in that area. So if you had a student that had a 1 in decoding and a 1 in linguistic comprehension, they would then have a 1 in reading comprehension. The flip side of that, if we had a student that had a 0 in decoding skills, but a 1 in linguistic comprehension, their overall reading comprehension is going to be a 0. This goes to show in a really impactful way how this idea of reading comprehension is impacted significantly by the decoding and the linguistic comprehension together. Let's turn that around. If you have decoding at a 1 and linguistic comprehension at a 0, again, the overall reading comprehension is going to be a 0. And just to take this a little bit further, if you had decoding at a 0.5 and linguistic comprehension at a 0.5, the overall reading comprehension is going to be a 0.25. I hope that this gets you thinking. When we think about reading comprehension is really a product of decoding skills and linguistic comprehension. When we look at the next video, what I'm going to do is break down the idea of what really impacts decoding, and we'll look at specific skills that impact decoding and thinking that impact decoding, and then what also impacts linguistic comprehension so that we can have a better idea what feeds into those two pieces, those two strands, again with this overall idea of it impacting reading comprehension as a whole.